24-year-old boy seeing out from the train's window shouted, "Dad, look, the trees are going behind." Dad smiled. A young couple sitting nearby looked at the 24-year-old's childish behavior with pity. Suddenly he again exclaimed, "Dad, look, the clouds are running with us." The couple couldn't resist and said to the old man, "Why don't you take your son to a good doctor?" The old man smiled and said, "I did, and we are just coming from the hospital. My son was blind from birth. He just got his eyes today." Every single person on the planet has a story. Don't judge people before you truly know them. The truth might surprise you. A son took his old father to a restaurant for an evening dinner. Father, being old and weak, while eating, dropped food on his shirt and trousers. Other diners watched him in disgust while his son was calm. After he finished eating, his son, who was not at all embarrassed, quietly took him to the washroom, wiped the food particles, removed the stains, combed his hair, and fitted his spectacles firmly. When they came out, the entire restaurant was watching them in dead silence, not able to grasp how someone could embarrass themselves publicly like that. The son settled the bill and started walking out with his father. At that time, an old man amongst the diners called out to the son and asked him, "Don't you think you have left something behind?" The son replied, "No, sir, I haven't." The older man retorted, "Yes, you have. You left a lesson for every son and hope for every father." The restaurant went silent. To care for those who once cared for us is one of the highest honors. We all know how our parents cared for us for every little thing. Love them, respect them, and care for them.
Once upon a time there was a businessman who was sitting on the beach in a small Italian village. As he sat, taking a brief break from the stress of his daily schedule, he saw a fisherman rowing a small boat back into the harbor. In the boat were a few large fish. Impressed, the businessman asked the fisherman, "How long does it take you to catch so many fish?" To which he replied, "Oh, not so long." The businessman was confused. "Why don't you fish for longer to catch even more?" "More. This is enough to feed my entire family and even offer some to my neighbors," the fisherman said. "So what do you do for the rest of your day?" inquired the businessman. The fisherman replied, "Well, I've usually have caught my fish by late morning, at which point I go home, kiss my wife, and play with my kids. In the afternoon, I take a nap and read. In the evening, I go to the village to have a drink with my friends, play guitar, sing, and dance into the night." Putting his entrepreneurial hat on, the businessman offered a suggestion. "I have a PhD in business. I can help you become much more successful. From now on, you should spend longer at sea and catch as many fish as possible. When you've saved enough money, buy a bigger boat to catch even more fish. From there, you'll soon be able to buy more boats, set up your own company, build a production plant to can the fish and control distribution, and move to the city to control your other branches." To this, the fisherman asks, "And after that?" The businessman laughs, "After that, you'll be able to live like a king, take your company public, float your shares and be rich." "And after that?" asks the fisherman once more. "After that, you can retire, move to a house by the sea, wake up early in the morning to go fishing, then return home to play with your kids, kiss your wife, take a nap in the afternoon and join your friends in the village to drink, play guitar and dance into the night." Puzzled, the fisherman replies, "But isn't that what I'm doing already?" Moral of the story: be content with what you have. Do you really need to keep pushing for more? Stress is often a choice. There's joy and peace in simplicity. A mother and a baby camel were lying around, and suddenly the baby camel asked, "Mother, may I ask you some questions?" The mother camel said, "Sure. Why, son, is there something bothering you?" Baby camel said, "Why do camels have humps?" The mother camel said, "Well, son, we are desert animals, we need the humps to store water and we are known to survive without water." Baby Camel said, "Okay, then why are our legs long and our feet rounded?" The mother camel said, "Son, obviously they are meant for walking in the desert. You know, with these legs I can move around the desert better than anyone does." Baby Camel said, "Okay, then why are our eyelashes long? Sometimes it bothers my sight." Mother Camel with pride said, "My son, those long thick eyelashes are your protective cover. They help to protect your eyes from the desert sand and wind." Baby Camel, after thinking, said, "I see. So the hump is to store water when we are in the desert. The legs are for walking through the desert and these eyelashes protect my eyes from the desert. Then what on earth are we doing here in the zoo?" Moral of the story: skills, knowledge, abilities and experiences are only useful if you are at the right place. A father said to his son, "You graduated with honors. Here is a car that I acquired many years ago. It is more than 50 years old. Before I give it to you, take it to the downtown used car lot. And tell them I want to sell it and see how much they offer you." The son went to the used car lot, returned to his father and said, "They offered me $1,000 because it looks very worn out." The father said, "Take it to the pawn shop." The son went to the pawn shop, returned to his father and said, "The pawn shop offered $100 because it was a very old car." The father next asked his son to take the car to a car club and show them the car. The son took the car to the car club, returned and said to his father, "Some people in the club offered $100,000 for it, since it is a classic Mustang and highly sought after among the members of the club." The father said to his son, "I wanted you to know that the right place values you the right way. If you are not valued, do not be angry, it means that you are in the wrong place. Those who know your value are those who appreciate you, and never stay in a place where no one sees your value." What is the value of your life? It doesn't matter where you came from, what color your skin is, or even how much money you have. What matters is the place you choose to be in and who you surround yourself with. Know your self-worth. Be sure you put your feet in the right place, then stand firm.
Surround yourself with people who see your value and remind you of it. Right place values your value the right way. If a drop of water falls in the lake, there is no identity. But if it falls on a leaf, it shines like a pearl. So choose the right place where you would want to fall.